I found condoms in my husband's truck on Christmas, and now I want to leave him. My husband and I were about to have sex and he said wait and walked outside to his truck and came back. I said what are you doing? He said he picked up some condoms. We have never used condoms. I asked why, and he said because I thought you weren't taking your birth control. I said no, I'm taking it now. In his defense, last time we had sex I told him to pull out because I missed a few days of taking my birth control. We had sex and I didn't think anything of it until the next day. I thought if he bought condoms for us, why wouldn't he bring them inside with the rest of the groceries? Why would he leave them in his truck? Side note, he works in a different state and is gone 9-14 days straight. I asked him why didn't you bring the condoms inside? He said because I would have said something about it. It was still bothering me that he just had one single condom, so I asked him to go get them from his truck. He came back with 3 condoms attached. I asked him where's the box they came in. He said he threw it away. I asked him where he threw them away. He said, at the store. I told him that doesn't make sense. How many were in the box you bought? He looked at my hand that was holding the 3 condoms and said 4. I looked it up. They don't sell condoms in 4. Long story short, I asked him to open his truck. We both went to his truck. First he opened the center console and I noticed instead of picking up the papers that were in there, he just patted them and then closed it. We both went to open the glove box. There were more condoms in there. I was so pissed. I don't know what I said, but we both walked back into the house. I set the 7 Trojan yellow wrapper, 2 Trojan purple wrapper, 1 Trojan pink wrapper condoms on the table. I asked him for the keys to his truck. He gave them to me, and when I opened the center console, under the papers there was an open 3-pack Magnum box with only 2 condoms in there. I told him I want you out. It was Christmas Day and we have a 4-year-old and an 18-month-old together. I did not kick him out that day. We did not say one word to each other for the rest of the day. The next day I asked him when are you going to leave? And he said he didn't want to. I told him he's a liar and a cheater. The expiration date on the condoms 2028, 2025 and 2026. 4 different brands with 5 different lot numbers. He's trying to say that he got them for us and maybe when he threw the box away at the store some fell out. Then he tried saying he gave some out. He's a liar and a cheater. I never thought he would fuck someone else. I feel so hurt. He left the house but he's making me feel like I'm crazy and overreacting. Holy shit. God. I'm so stupid. I just realized I gave birth to our son in June 2022. 3 months after giving birth I got the Nexplanon implant in my arm. It wasn't until August 2023, switched to birth control pills. So no fucking reason to buy condoms at all. He's a piece of shit. I was just starting to be okay and not cry all fucking day. Now I just poured salt in my wound and I'm mad crying. This is what he sent. I have never cheated on you. I have bought condoms at different times because you are always on and off your birth control. I've even asked you if I should get condoms because you complain about your birth control, and the last time I got you Plan B you said you didn't want to take that anymore. I've bought condoms that don't get used, and because they sit in my truck, I buy new ones. Some of the younger single guys that I've worked with that go out after work, I've told them that I have condoms in my truck if they need some. I didn't lie to you and I know how it sounds, but that is the truth. I work 12 to 14 hours a day, get off work and cook for everyone in the Airbnb and FaceTime you and the kids before or after I've had a shower. By then it's late and I need to get to bed for work the next day. What I sent, you buy multiple packs of condoms, some from a while ago and some very recent that we have never used, and keep them in your truck. We don't fuck in your truck, why wouldn't they be at the house? You are a liar and a bad one at that. Good Samaritan cheater's name over here buying condoms that he doesn't use with his wife and gives them out to his friends. Then goes and buys more to again not use with his wife, but maybe they fell out of the box that you threw away at Walmart, right? Thanks for breaking up this family.
I caught my wife cheating on me and pinpointed the exact moment it began when I found her with her affair partner in our bed, leading to me expelling him from our home. Me 44 male and my Stevie ex female 39, been married for 11 years, no kids. We were a pretty chubby couple until 2 years ago when I had a blood test and it came out that I was prone to contracting diabetes, gout and hypertension. It really scared me and we both bit by bit started to have a very healthy life. I went from 117 to 85 kilograms and my wife, let's call her Jane, from 83 to 65 kilograms. We felt great and needless to say I never developed those diseases. We attended to a gym almost daily in the afternoon where AP worked as a coach. Let's call him Baldy. When my wife started getting in shape, I noticed most guys turned to see her. I felt so proud of her. She is fairly busty and she has magnificent legs. Of course, Baldy wasn't the exception. I noticed Baldy likes to check women's butt. I've seen him doing it several times, and he likes to show off how ripped he is. When Jane and I were regulars at the gym, I noticed she was enjoying the attention she got from men. Once, we were using the elliptical machines. In front of them there is a cable machine. Baldy took off his t-shirt and started doing crossovers. I turned to Jane with my face of "can you believe this guy?" But she was staring at him and she wet her lips. I saw Baldy and I swear he was grinning. I felt crushed. I mean, I was getting in shape, but I am not as muscular and fit as he is. When we were driving home, I made a comment about Baldy showing off and Jane said, "Really? I didn't notice." I told her, "You were staring." She said, "I don't remember. I must have been thinking about something else." I shrugged it and kept driving. But from there on I noticed they were talking more frequently at the gym. Some weeks later, Jane was doing squats using the Smith machine. Suddenly Baldy went to help her. "Isn't he nice?" He was grabbing her by the waist and I got angry. She finished the first set and I got there and told him in a not nice way, "I got it from here." Baldy just similed and told me, "No prob, buddy." He calls everybody buddy and walked off. Jane knows me very well, and when she heard my angry tone, she said, "My God, ah." I told her, "We'll discuss this at home." At home, drama blowed up. She called me immature and jealous. I told her I noticed he was trying to get into her pants. She said that she knows that, but she would never cheat on me. I said then why she let him touch her, and she said she didn't want to be rude. About an hour later, arguing, we agreed to change gym. So we went to another place to do exercise, but Jane was resentful at me in the following months. Her argument was that I don't trust her. On the third month after we changed gym, a very good opportunity opened up in my job, but in the afternoon. We discussed it and I took it, and we had to attend the gym at different hours. I went in the morning and Jane in the afternoon. This is when it all went south. Jane's resentment increased, and we barely speak. I send her messages telling her about my day, that I miss her, memes, but she rarely replied or just yes, okay, same here, hahaha. I was very worried and proposed couple therapy. She said I was the one who needs therapy because I'm the one with trust issues. I agreed. I was so desperate to fix our marriage that I even thought it was all my fault. So the following year, 2002, I went to therapy, but Jane's behavior didn't change. We weren't intimate anymore. She never was in the mood. I snooped to her phone but didn't find anything out of the ordinary. I looked into her car for a second phone. Nothing. I checked her phone again to see her map history. It only showed me house, work, house, gym, house. Whenever I tried to talk to her, she just said she feels that she's having a 40 seconds phase. It'll pass. I never had any evidence of cheating, so I continued working and worrying. We live in a condo. The security guard, a very cheerful man called Mr. P, greeted me. We chat a lot. He was touching his shoulder and told me yesterday he had to move a heavy sofa and he has some pain today. I was sympathetic and he dropped the bomb. "Maybe you can arrange a meeting with your massagist." I told him who. He said the guy who came yesterday to massage Mrs. Jane. It took me a second to process this. I told him, "Do you have a video of him?" I think he noticed I was pale and hurried to show me. Guess who? Baldy, of course. He has come a few times to massage my wife. I took the day off and started investigating. I asked a coworker for his car, and in the afternoon I followed Jane. She parked her car at the mall where the gym is, and there is Baldy waiting for her. They giggle and behave like a couple. Kisses, hugs, and I feel nearly to tear. They walk a couple of blocks and go into a residential area. I tried to follow them with my phone ready to record, but the guard stopped me and asked, "Can I help you?" I just said, "What a nice couple. Do you know them?" He said he thinks they are newlyweds, but can't tell me anything else. I called Jane but never answered. I went to her car in the mall and wondered why that place doesn't show on the map. I dial again and I can hear her phone inside her car. That's why. I also found out Jane hasn't attended the gym in 8 months. I didn't know that the previous night was the last day I slept with Jane in the same bed. I returned the car and went home and called my parents. Fortunately, my dad answered and I told him everything. I was crying and he comforted me and told me to get evidence. Obviously, my marriage is over, and I need all I can gather while he'll contact one of his friends who is an excellent divorce lawyer. Jane called me when saw the 2 missing calls. I just told her I was already at home and she told me I'm on my way from the gym. My butt is killing me, yeah, I can guess. When she saw me, she asked, "What happened? Why did you cry?" I don't know how, but I was mentally focused. I smiled and told her I got the flu, that's why I left work early. "Don't come near me. It might be the bug, I'll be tested tomorrow. I'll sleep in the spare room." She agreed. I cried silently and didn't sleep a wink. Nearly midnight I heard her giggling. I guess she's messaging Baldy, but I didn't find any evidence of contacting another man. Then it hit me, why didn't I see it earlier? I bet AP is disguised as one of her female coworkers. In the morning while Jane was in the shower, I took her phone and created a session in my laptop and put her phone back in the same place we both can unlock our phones. The session works while the phone is close to my laptop or in the same Wi-Fi account. Then I saw it. Under a female name, the profile picture was a dumbbell. I entered and most of the conversations were deleted. I guess they use work words as code in case I snooped. Can you deliver the papers in my desk? I know she doesn't have a desk at work. Going to the meeting. Where are you? On the top of them, boss is in his office. He's clueless, pretty clever. I guess I am boss because I know her boss is a woman. Jane got out of the shower and saw me. You look worse. Why don't stay with your parents? I denied the idea, thinking of getting evidence. After Jane went out, I contacted my dad and gave me the name and number of the lawyer. I called him and explained everything. He told me the captions I took from my laptop are useless. They don't have any factual evidence since it's not AP's name, and she was smart enough to leave pieces of conversation that looks pretty innocent. I can take pictures of them at the mall, but she can argue they are just good fellas, and I can't invade into the residential area without permission because it might get me into more trouble. At work I was in zombie mode, thinking how to get evidence. I might install secret cameras in my house, but Baldy rarely goes to my home and Jane might find them. Unless I'm out of the picture. I texted Jane and told her I'm positive of the bug and I'll stay at my parents' because I might need help. She liked the idea and told me she would miss me but she'll call me every day. When I hung up, I called my dad and my brother. When I got home she had already packed a suitcase for me. She was so eager of getting rid of me. I told her I'll take my laptop and then I checked her messages. Boss will be out of the office. Want to come to my desk? She sent this message almost after I told her I was positive to the bug. Good, she bit. We didn't have dinner, no kisses, no hugs. I noticed her watching her watch twice. From the door I told her, I'll miss you. I was expecting her to shut the door on my face, but she walked me to my car, and I was gone. My dad and brother were outside the building waiting for Baldy to appear, but he didn't show up. After half an hour I thought, why did she walk me to my car? Of course, because Baldy was already inside the building waiting, perhaps inside her car. It would be very suspicious if her massages came at this hour. I came back, hurried to my house and entered silently. I heard music coming from the bedroom in the morning. Next to the door there is a sofa. His and her clothes were on it. I put my phone to record and opened the bedroom door, and there she was. My wife, the love of my life for 11 years in all four, and Baldy behind her. I got a very good seconds of both of their faces when they saw me open the door. Jane screamed and covered herself with the blanket. Baldy went alpha male, immediately walking naked towards me. I took a shot of him doing raw. My wife, he yelled aggressively at me. Why don't go for a walk, buddy? I hit his throat with my hand opened. I saw this movement in the Mel Gibson movie Ransom. The next second Baldy was coughing and gasping, kneeling on the floor. I yelled, get out of my house, and kicked him out. I threw his clothes at him. When my dad, brother and Mr. P were arriving to my house, I told them I'll take it from here and closed the door. Jane was still on the bed covering herself. She was trembling. I told her, I have never hurt you, nor will I. Get dressed. I'll wait for you in the living room. While I was waiting I sent the video to my lawyer and he answered, I'm sorry for you, but jackpot. A few minutes later Jane showed up. She couldn't see me in the eyes. I started recording the conversation. I asked why. She didn't answer. Was I such an awful husband to you? She started crying but didn't answer. Do you love him? She shook her head but no words. I stood up and hit the table. Say something, Jane. Damn it. She opened her eyes wide and started trembling again, like a puppy when is scared. I have never yelled at her before. I sat and talked calmly. My lawyer will contact you for the divorce. Get a lawyer, she finally spoke. We can fix this. Fix what? Our marriage was over since Baldy was on the picture and you choose him over me. It was a mistake. No, it wasn't. It was a choice. You chose, and this is the consequence. What did you think would happen when I find out? Silence again. Go to your sisters and tell her the truth, or I will show her the video. She went to the bedroom and started packing. I followed her and watched. Since 2 days ago, I was trying to convince myself my wife is long gone. The person who I shared my house with is not my wife. But seeing her, putting her clothes inside the suitcase neatly, with her gracious movements and those little things I love of her hit me hard. I went to the spare room and started ugly crying. I heard when she closed the main door. She picked her clothes that were on the sofa. She made the bed where I caught them and I dropped on the floor. So much later I called my dad. He told me Baldy wanted to press charges, but Mr. P told him he didn't sign in, so he's trespassing. The condo can sue him. He dropped it and went out. My nosy brother pressed his ear on the door and my dad took him from the other ear to his car. I was exhausted. The previous days I didn't sleep well, so I almost passed out on the spare room. Next morning my phone had a lot of Jane's messages apologizing and asking for a second chance. I just blocked her. My sil called me. Apparently Jane hasn't told her what happened, just that we're fighting. I guess it's good my Phil is not alive to see Jane's behavior. She was the youngest and his favorite. Mill has senile dementia.
My boyfriend cheated on me on my birthday. I have a boyfriend. We've been together for 3 years. We are on a long-distance relationship. I am a Filipina, and he is a Filipino. But I live in USA. He lives in Philippines. I just turned 21 this December 24th, 2023. And he is turning 25 next year on May. We've been through a lot of shits, and we've got through it. And still staying strong. I work myself since 2022 to earn money and go see him in the Philippines. I got on vacation for 2 months in there in August, September 2022, and same shits, work hard to earn money. Then go see him again this year. I stayed in the Philippines for 3 months, August, October 2023. I rented a condo for 2 months. We stayed together like every day. And we always go out on a date. Of course it's my money that we're using. But I didn't care. I really love him so much. I stayed in their house for more than 2 weeks. Met his parents again, cause I already met and stayed there 2022. We're so happy when we're together. And when we live in together, we're genuinely happy to be together. Right after when I just got back from the Philippines. I came home to the USA on the November 1st or 2nd, 2023. And we are doing fine. But after 1 week, he doesn't want to call or VC me. He only do it like only sometimes. He said there's nothing to talk to for us to call. So we only talk and chat. Sometimes in the game we're playing. It really hurts me lot. Cause I miss him so much. And I really want to see him every day or call him. Talk random stuffs the way we used to be. Then someone introduced this game to me. I got addicted to it. Like really addicted. At first I was playing with my siblings, but later on, I'm playing with random squads. That includes random people. I played a lot. And I keep playing with the same squad I'm in. Same people. And they are Filipino and Filipina. It's nice playing with them, but he thinks I am flirting in that game. He thinks I have someone else in that game, but the truth is none of the stuff he's accusing me. I never did any of it. He told me that I keep playing. And we did had a chance to talk. I felt so guilty cause I was addicted to the game, and I said sorry and focus on him more than anything else. I even ask him if I can play just a few games when he is busy. It's already December. He got his first job. And he is always busy. He doesn't call me or VC me anymore. But he's still updating me. I notice that he's suddenly chatting me so late. And then after we fight he doesn't talk to me until the other day comes. It was before Christmas. His ex chatted me if the two of us are together on October. I'm so freaking confused. And a lot of shits are coming to my mind. I ask her why would she suddenly ask that random question to me. And it was my day she chatted me. But she didn't answer the question. She just told me to ask my boyfriend about it. And advised me a lot of bullshits that never talk to that kind of guy. You don't deserve him. And she was like, I will never plan to let him enter my life again. She even said she doesn't want him back. And said that there's a lot of guys around. I asked my boyfriend. He said that he only greeted her Merry Christmas. And he said he was blocked by her. It was super stressful, cause that happens in my day and Christmas. I'm an idiot and fucking forgave him for what he did. I'm ready to accept him and start a new chapter on the new year. And we're doing fine on December 31st. But I was kinda paranoid cause he told me he is going to this friend. Even though he said he changed his mind. The greet me happy new year, and he was like fucking offline for the next 12 hours after that. And I stalk his family social media. That where I saw their pictures. His fucking ex is with him on that family picture. And even hold him like they're fucking back together. He never fucking reply. And I asked his sister about it. And she told me they don't know who to believe because he is making up shitty stories. And lying about the whole thing. And she told me that her ex stayed overnight and she's still there for the whole day. And this slutty ex of him. I truly respect her before. I thought she is a woman that will never snakes anyone's boyfriend. I chatted her. And she just a fucking bitch. Acting like she didn't do anything wrong. She was a fucking ex for like 2020. There's a lot of fucking guy around. But why him? And for my ex-boyfriend, I just wish him dead. I gave everything to him, money, love, patience, trust and efforts. That I just keep receiving pain and suffering. I am so depressed about it. It's fucking New Year and this happened to me. It was my fucking day and Christmas, and that happened to me too. It's just keep getting worse and worse for me. How can I fucking start my new year for what happened to me? And that bitch has the fucking guts to come in their house. While she fucking knew that he is in relationship. Like where the fuck she gets that thick ugly face of her.